Welcome, curious minds, to The Deep Dive. This is where we transform academic research into something you can really use, sort of bridging that gap between scholarly papers and, well, real-world understanding.
Exactly.
Our mission is basically to dig into complex sources, articles, research, and then pull out those, vital nuggets of insight. It's like a shortcut to being genuinely well-informed.
And today we're diving into a topic that might just blow your mind with how much it reveals. Pizza intelligence.
Pizza intelligence, okay.
Yeah, now I know what you're probably thinking. Pizza, really. But it's true. Something as seemingly ordinary as pizza orders can actually offer pretty profound insights into power dynamics, group behavior, and even cutting-edge tech.
Sounds a bit wild, doesn't it?
Right.
But you'll be surprised, I think. We're going to connect pizza to, well, everything from major political crises and organizational psychology
Right.
to the modern workplace and, the very future of AI.
So picture this. It's late at night, lights are burning bright at the Pentagon. Delivery drivers are rolling in, arms loaded with stacks and stacks of pizza boxes. Now, this isn't just a late-night craving, is it?
Probably not.
In intelligence circles, there's even this concept, okay, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, yes, but it's rooted in truth, called the pizza index.
The pizza index.
Yeah, it suggests that a sudden surge in pizza orders to secure government sites can actually signal that major events are brewing behind closed doors.
So how real is this then? Well, we'll start by uncovering some pretty incredible real-world cases of this pizza intelligence. Then we're going to pivot a bit, look at the behavioral economics and psychology of pizza, how it literally motivates us.
Which is fascinating in itself.
Totally. And finally, we'll explore pizza's surprisingly deep role in technology. Our whole purpose here is to blend that scholarly analysis with a lively conversation, giving you those aha moments that show just how pizza intersects with power, human behavior, and tech in ways you'd probably never expect. Okay, so let's really unpack this pizza index, this idea that, unusual late-night pizza deliveries in Washington, D.C. could actually indicate major military or political events underway.
Yeah, the logic is quite straightforward when you think about it.
Right.
When a crisis erupts, officials are working around the clock, often stuck in secure rooms. They just can't leave. So what do?
Go order pizza.
Exactly. It's the essential fuel for crisis mode.
It's really a fascinating form of behavioral open source intelligence, or OSINT.
OSINT.
Which is all about gleaning insights from everyday publicly available behavior, much like tracking lights in buildings or traffic in parking lots. Simple stuff, really.
And what's truly striking is how many concrete examples seem to back this up. Think back to the Gulf War buildup, August 1990. On the night of August 1st, just hours before Iraqi forces invaded Kuwait, a Domino's branch in D.C., owned by a guy named Frank Meeks, got this really unusual order. 21 pizzas delivered straight to CIA headquarters at Langley.
21.
Yeah, this was an all-time late-night record for that specific location. The media even joked that the delivery drivers probably knew about the invasion before CNN did.
That's incredible. And it didn't stop there, did it?
Not at all. As the U.S. geared up for Operation Desert Storm in January '91, those late-night pizza deliveries to the Pentagon just steadily climbed, went from maybe 3 or 4 pizzas a night into the dozens.
Into the dozens.
Yeah, and it peaked dramatically on January 17th, 1991. 101 pizzas delivered to the Pentagon the very night the air war began.
101 pizzas. And the White House, too.
The White House joined in, ordered 55 pizzas that same night. If you look at the data from back then, like a chart of D.C. pizza orders, you see this huge spike. That visual pizza pulse, it clearly mirrored the secret war preps.
Okay, so that leads you to wonder about other critical moments, right? Like, fast forward to May 2011, the Osama bin Laden raid.
Yes. A huge moment.
Top secret operation. Only a handful of officials in D.C. knew it was happening. But, as it concluded, White House staffers were suddenly called in to get President Obama's announcement ready.
Right. Needed to feed a lot of people quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
George Little, who was a CIA public affairs director then, he recalled, the Situation Room looked like a college fraternity house. So many pizza boxes stacked up, just to sustain the speechwriters and aides through those tense hours.
In hindsight, yeah, that was a classic pizza index event, an open source indicator, if anyone had been watching closely enough that something big was about to drop.
And it's not just military ops leaving this trail of pizza crumbs. Political crises, too, apparently. During President Clinton's impeachment proceedings, back in December '98, there was a noticeable surge in D.C. pizza deliveries. Capitol Hill, the White House.
Yeah.
Especially during those heated late-night sessions. One pizzeria specifically noted a spike in orders going to Congress.
So constitutional crises also require plenty of pizza. Makes sense.
It seems so. It really highlights that OSINT isn't exactly a new concept.
No, not at all. During the Cold War, you hear stories of Soviet spies watching for late-night office lights or checking how full the Pentagon parking lots were, trying to gauge if something was up.
Right, like monitoring hamburger supply levels as a proxy for troop mobilization. I read that somewhere.
Exactly. The modern twist, of course, is focusing on something as, well, mundane as pizza deliveries. Frank Meeks, that Domino's owner, he famously put it. The news media doesn't always know when something big is going to happen because they're in bed, but our deliverers are out there at 2 in the morning.
That's a great quote, but we should probably clarify here. Correlation isn't causation, right?
Absolutely crucial point. Ordering pizza doesn't cause a missile strike.
And not every late pizza run is some grand conspiracy.
Yeah.
Sometimes a late night is just, well, a late night.
Precisely. But these examples really do show why someone like Wolf Blitzer Riley advised journalists always monitor the pizzas.
Haha. It's a fun reminder that those greasy boxes might, just might, carry some very hot intelligence.
So we've seen how pizza can be this interesting signal of hidden events, but what about its role in something much more personal, like human behavior and motivation, especially at work?
Oh, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. Can pizza actually outperform cold, hard cash as a motivator?
It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it?
It really does. But the behavioral economist Dan Ariely led this fascinating study back in 2016. It was at a big Intel semiconductor factory. They put this exact question to the test.
Okay, how did they do it?
Well, workers were split into groups. They were promised one of 4 rewards for hitting a productivity target: a $30 cash bonus, a voucher for a free pizza, a nice text message from their boss saying good job, or, well, nothing at all.
Okay, standard setup. And the results?
The results were really quite enlightening. After just the first day, the team promised free pizza. They performed the best, increased output by 6.7% compared to the control group.
Wow, 6.7%. What about the others?
The compliment group was super close behind, 6.6%.
Yeah.
Then the cash bonus group, they trailed a bit at about 4.9%.
So pizza and praise beat cash on day 1.
Interesting. But here's the real kicker. As the week went on, that cash bonus actually seemed to backfire.
Backfire? How?
Those workers' productivity just plummeted. By the end of the week, they were doing even worse than the group that got no reward at all.
That's incredible. So cash actually demotivated them in the longer run.
Seems like it. As Ariely concluded, from the employer's perspective, a cash bonus is worse than offering no incentive at all.
Wow. So the big takeaway here, it's not just about the money.
Exactly. We humans are wired for more than just cash.
Yeah.
Sometimes, a simple slice of pizza or just a genuine thank you can be the ultimate motivator.
It really highlights that core principle from behavioral economics. We're not just purely economic machines, right? Non-monetary rewards, especially ones that create a positive experience, can profoundly influence how we act.
Yeah, Inc. magazine put it pretty well. If you can't afford huge bonuses, maybe just offer to buy your team a pizza. Their productivity might thank you.
And pizza's power isn't just individual, it's profoundly social, too. In workplaces, I mean, the pizza party is practically a universal symbol of team celebration, isn't it?
Totally. It's almost a cliche, but it works.
And there's research on this. A 2024 study by Lyle and No found that forming shared memories around experiences, even simple ones like coworkers grabbing pizza together, can literally bind people together.
Bind people together. How so?
It encourages cross-group socializing, cooperation. Matthew Lyle, the lead researcher, noted that these shared informal moments help break down those silos you get in organizations.
Right.
And build more of an in-group feeling, which translates to better teamwork. It taps into our basic need for connection.
That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of teams, you have to mention Amazon's famous 2-pizza rule.
Oh yeah, classic Bezos.
Jeff Bezos famously said that any internal team should be small enough that you could feed them with 2 large pizzas. So roughly 5 to 7 people.
And the goal isn't about saving money on the food budget, right?
Not at all. It's about ensuring agility, avoiding that sluggishness that often creeps into oversized teams.
And this is actually well supported by social science. Concepts like the Ringelmann effect or social loafing.
Social loafing, explain that.
It's where individuals tend to put in less effort when they're part of a larger group. The classic example is this old study from 1913 with people pulling on a rope. In a team, each person pulled with less force than they did alone, sort of assuming others would pick up the slack.
Okay. So by limiting team size to what 2 pizzas can feed, Amazon keeps teams nimble, communicative, accountable. Everyone feels like their contribution matters more.
Exactly. It's a really clever blend of managerial wisdom and just a relatable metaphor. Pizza, in this case, serves as a sort of metric for effective collaboration.
So it's more than comfort food. It's practically a tool in the manager's toolkit.
Hmm.
And hey, it almost always puts a smile on people's faces, right?
Almost always.
So we've seen pizza as an intelligence signal, a workplace motivator. Now let's explore its surprising intersection with cutting-edge technology. You could almost argue Domino's is less of a pizza company these days.
And more of a tech giant.
Yeah, just looking at their really sophisticated digital operations.
It's actually remarkable how Domino's leverages things like AI and machine learning.
How so? Give us an example.
Well, for instance, they use predictive analytics to forecast demand. Their models crunch historical sales data, day-of-the-week patterns, weather forecasts, even local events like, say, a big game or a coming storm.
Okay, so they can anticipate a rush.
Exactly. This ensures they have the right amount of ingredients stocked, kitchens prepped, which minimizes wait times. Their AI flags it so the store can gear up.
That's pretty smart. And it goes even further, right, with ordering.
Oh, yeah. They've pioneered AI-powered ordering through chatbots and voice assistants. Their virtual helper, Dom, can take orders via text or smart speakers.
Using natural language processing.
Right, to understand what you want. This makes it easier for customers and streamlines things for the stores. And then, once your pizza is out for delivery, machine learning helps pick the fastest route.
How does it do that?
By analyzing real-time traffic, historical delivery data, shaving even a few minutes off each delivery means happier customers, less fuel used, and drivers can make more runs. It all adds up.
And what about this predictive ordering I've heard about? That sounds really futuristic.
That's probably their boldest move, yeah. Domino's has actually tested AI that starts preparing your pizza before you've even fully placed the order.
Whoa, hang on. How does that work?
The idea is to use data about your past ordering habits, plus what's popular in your specific area, to basically anticipate what you're likely to order next. It's kind of like mind reading your pizza cravings.
That's slightly unnerving, but also kind of amazing.
It is. Domino's openly calls itself an internet technology company that sells pizza. And when you look at their other innovations, drone delivery trials, self-driving delivery cars, that one-button instant order app, it's hard to argue with them.
And these AI things, they subtly improve the customer experience too, don't they?
Definitely. Their machine learning models boosted the accuracy of their readiness, time estimates, the pizza tracker from about 75% accuracy up to 95%.
Okay, so that timer is much more likely to be spot on now. That builds trust.
Exactly. They even ran this wild promotion once where you could take a photo of any pizza, homemade, a competitor's, whatever, and their app's deep learning image classifier would recognize it as pizza to award you loyalty points. Just pure tech flexing, really.
Showing off their tech chops. So pizza can even help us explain complex tech concepts.
It's surprisingly useful for that. Educators and tech bloggers often use pizza analogies, like for neural networks.
Okay, how does that work?
Imagine making a pizza. The input layer is like your raw ingredients and the recipe. The hidden layers are, say, the chef making the dough, adding the toppings, doing the work.
And the output.
The finished pizza. And
All right.
backpropagation, which is a key concept in training these networks, is like tasting the pizza and adjusting the recipe for next time, maybe more salt, less bake time to get a better result.
That's a brilliant way to simplify something really complex. What about cloud computing?
The classic pizza as a service analogy. It's great for explaining the different models, making pizza entirely at home. That's like infrastructure as a service.
Yep.
You manage everything.
Okay.
Getting take and bake pizza, that's platform as a service, Palace. Someone else prepares the base, the platform, and you just handle the final step, the baking.
And ordering delivery.
That's software as a service. SaaS, it's a fully managed service. You just consume the end product. Easy peasy.
And even AI versus machine learning.
Yep, there's a pizza metaphor for that too.
Yeah.
If AI is a pizza, the whole pie, then machine learning is just one slice, or maybe the cheese.
Clarifying that AI is the broad concept and ML is a specific method, like one key ingredient.
Exactly. So from AI-driven ovens to algorithms predicting your order, it really shows how even the oldest comforts, like pizza, are adapting and thriving in this modern, tech-driven era. Algorithms might be involved in basically every step of your next pizza order.
It's really something.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, it's pretty clear that pizza's value goes way beyond just, being food.
Definitely.
We've looked at its surprising role as a signal of hidden events, as a really powerful motivator in the workplace, and as this cultural icon that's fully embraced cutting-edge technology.
It truly demonstrates how something so ordinary, so everyday, can unlock so many insights into power, human behavior, group dynamics, especially when you look at it through, well, an academic lens.
It's just endlessly fascinating, isn't it? How these mundane habits, like looking at takeout receipts, can somehow intertwine with huge world affairs, maybe even hinting at big secrets.
Yeah. And it's also that powerful reminder that we humans, we seek more than just material reward, right? Sometimes a slice of pizza and a simple thank you can fulfill us in ways a paycheck just can't.
Absolutely. And it proves no field is too humble for innovation. I mean, if AI can revolutionize pizza, it really is going everywhere.
Good point. And finally, there's maybe that cultural truth underneath it all, that the things uniting us, like good food shared with good company, are often much stronger than the things that try to divide us.
Well said. So maybe next time you order a pizza, just pause for a second. Are you participating in this ongoing saga of pizza intelligence and human connection?
Huh. Will that pizza spark a creative brainstorm, or maybe just a lasting memory for you and your team?
You never really know what that box might hold, do you?
Exactly. So maybe we echo Wolf Blisser's advice one last time. Always monitor the pizzas, whether you're an intelligence analyst or just a curious person.
Pizza can teach you a lot about how we work, play, and just come together.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into pizza intelligence, what pizza orders reveal about power, behavior, and technology.
We hope you found it insightful.
And we invite you to follow the deep dive for more episodes where we bridge academic research and real-world life, turning all that information into genuine insight.